Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the You, Me, We podcast. Vicky, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am great. So, jumping right into it, you had something to tell me, and I told you to save it for the pod. We talked about, I was going to say 75 hard last episode.
Yeah, I was going to say that was not last week.
Well, for the listeners, it was the last episode. So you're doing 75 soft.
Mm-hmm.
Some people in the comments did. Well, one, Donald mentioned it's hard to go home.
I went home and did 75 soft.
And some other people are doing 75 hard.
Yeah.
And the thing with 75 soft, again, is, remind the people, 75 soft is
realistic.
A more realistic version of 75 hard. For those who haven't heard the last episode, 75 hard is, what exactly is it? I was trying to explain.
I don't know, to be honest with you, like what it is. I think it's like maybe a challenge to evolve into something that maybe you've always wanted to. I don't know. I honestly really don't know. Perhaps reading the website would help. I don't know.
The way I explained it to people, and we could just pull the website up, but it's more fun. It's more fun this way.
Go to Google.
The way I explained it to people was, it's the new trendy.
It's not new.
I'm just saying, it's what I mean is, it's the most current.
It's not.
Has it been this trendy in a while?
It's all okay. So that's the thing.
Go ahead.
It has always been trendy.
Okay, but
it's just different people reach exposure to different things at different times, and perhaps to you right now, you're seeing a lot of people within your orbit doing it. But I've heard of 75 hard for a while, and I've always seen people doing it. So it's, for me, it's not new. It's also not trendy because I've always seen people doing it. For you, perhaps in your orbit, it's new for you.
It's reached a new audience, and more people are hearing about it. Different people who haven't heard about it before are hearing about it now.
Mm-hmm.
And the way I've described it, it's another, I don't say challenge, another practice or things to do to better yourself, whether it's, it's not just working out. Yeah, self-improvement, self-help.
That's why I was like, maybe it's like an overall elevation.
Yeah.
Maybe you feel like you're stuck in a rut and you want to have something structured to help you break out of it, and people have seen success with it, I guess you could say, and you're wanting to seek that kind or similar success with it.
Yeah,
I guess
so that's kind of how I explained it. But you said recently, the same way 75 soft is a remix version of it that it's more realistic, more suitable for some people. You have kind of tweaked what you're gonna do.
Yeah, so I didn't finish 75 soft because of personal things going on. But actually, for years, and my college roommates can attest to this.
Who are we talking about?
My college roommates. I've only had like 2 different college roommates. Outside of that, no, 3. Freshman year, I don't count. But
damn. Freshman year listener, your roommate listening right now, like, let me go check out my friend Vicky's podcast. And they're like, damn.
My freshman roommate would agree that year doesn't count because the girl saw me maybe 3 times the entire September to May. She saw me maybe 3 times. She loved it. Probably. She was like, I lived in this dorm by myself. There was a bed, but nobody was ever in it.
Go ahead.
So I've always counted down to my birthday, which ironically is funny because I never celebrate my birthday. I used to, but I don't for a long time, I don't celebrate my birthday. So I've always counted down from like 100 days and down, always. And I've always tried to like do something with it, like, 100 days to my birthday. And so 90 days to my birthday, or the day up to my birthday, the day before my birthday, is actually tomorrow, starting tomorrow.
Oh, yes. Okay, cool. So you
90 days start tomorrow if I finish the day before my birthday.
So what you're going to be doing?
But if I start on Monday, I finish on my birthday. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Go ahead. Start exactly what?
So if I start a 90-day challenge.
Okay.
So the last quarter of my birth year.
What does
the last quarter of my rotation around the sun? What other corny phrases are there?
90 days leading up to your Earth Strong. No offense.
Oh, I don't say that.
No offense to any Earth Strongers.
I don't say that.
Or, your grand rise. I don't know.
No, I don't say that either. Rotation around the sun, because the sun does take a year to rotate, which is why we have a year.
What does Vicky, thanks for the education, what does Vicky's 90-day challenge look like? Or consist of? Or it's something you don't share? I know some people might add that to
What's actually funny? I am on, and I've been on this for a while, but sometimes I wonder, is this fear talking? Is this a fear of the unknown, fear of putting yourself out there talking? Or is this more of, I want to keep it to myself so no one throws bad juju on it? I've teetered that a lot lately.
Is that, and I'm not saying this is you, is that something we say to ourselves out of fear of when we fail for our own laziness? We don't want the shame of people being like, people having known.
And I'm good with that. I'm always failing, so I don't care.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm always starting and stopping something, whatever.
Go ahead.
So I don't know. I don't know if to share or not. One, I didn't finish putting it together. The other thing is I tend to do too much. I tend to start out doing just too much.
Shout out to the soundtrack in the background. If y'all hear the music in the background, mm-hmm. If you know where we live, you'd be like, oh, okay, it makes sense. But go ahead.
It makes perfect sense. But I
explain, because some people, it might relate. Some people might relate to what you mean by you do too much in the beginning.
And so we actually spoke about it in the last recording, which is like, you just get overly ambitious. You're in the mood to like want to change things. You're motivated. You're inspired. And you're like, I can do all these 20 things every single day. Yeah. Like, each one will only take me 5 minutes. Like, what is the big deal?
People that be like, hey, I'm going to do a challenge. I'm going to lose 100 pounds in 10 days. No Ozempic. I'm going to work out at the gym every morning from 5 a.m. to 10 a.m. Screw work. No, I'm still going to go to work. I'm going to do work from the bench.
Yeah, like, it's just too much. So yeah. I realized right before coming up here, like, okay, I should set out my 10 things. For me, it always has to be an even number, mm-hmm. or not. If it's not an even number, it can be broken down to 5.
So when were you diagnosed with what is it, OCD?
Not OCD, ADHD.
All right.
A few months ago, actually.
Probably both. Probably both. And
not others. OCD. I don't have OCD because OCD is actually, OCD is like, you cannot move on to another task until this is like exactly how you need it to be. And sometimes OCD translates into, I need to touch this like 5 times before I can move on, before I can leave the room. That might also, so this falls completely in line with ADHD. Like, it's too much.
Too much. Okay, go ahead.
It's too much.
So 90 days. Go ahead.
So I realized.
So you're okay with sharing, I'm assuming? Was that the answer you came to, or no?
I didn't really come to an answer.
Well, there goes this whole segment.
No.
No, I'm joking. Go ahead.
So I realized on my way up here, like, so yeah, anyways, I need everything to be even, and I need everything to either, if not even, then it can be broken down into groups of 5.
I like when you say on your way up here, because listeners are probably like, oh, when she was headed to the studio in her car. No, she just came upstairs.
No, literally up the stairs.
Yeah.
So it's 10 things. I wrote down 10 things.
Okay.
And then now I'm like, okay, maybe I should just scale it back to 5 things.
So it doesn't have to be an even number.
I just said it has to be an even number, or it can be broken into groups of 5. That's it. That's the only odd number that I can do.
Do you see my non-math brain like, can any number even? Okay, we good.
15 is an odd number, but can be broken up into 3 groups of 5, which would make it all even.
Common
okay,
Core,
that's how my brain
making
works.
10s near
10 is
near
a
match.
10 is an even number.
Go ahead.
So that's my thinking. So I'm thinking, okay, maybe once I complete my 10, which I am on, I should pick what are my top 5 most important, which is going to be really difficult because all of them seem important.
So you're picking top 5, because I'm still thinking 90 days. You're thinking 5 things.
So in 90 days,
yeah,
I wanted to come. In my head, I'm like, all right, if I do these 10 things for 90 days, I'm going to transform my life. Like, I'm going to evolve into who I've wanted to be. I'm going to my mindset is going to change. I'm going
My
to,
finances are going to be better in the 90 days.
no, for sure. My finances will
world-
definitely be better.
Okay.
But that's not even because of the challenge. That's just because I'm good at organizing numbers. And
So
that's kind of
help me
like my
understand.
thing.
So in 90 days, it's not that you're going to be doing these 5 things every 90 days. I mean, for the next 90 days, every day you're going to do these 5 things. You're giving yourself 90 days to accomplish 5 things throughout the whole 90
So
days?
these are 5 habits that I want to
habits.
incorporate
Okay.
into the next 90 days so that I am transformed in those spaces. Because it's like, okay, let's say I want to lose weight, right? First
Me
of all,
too.
I always want to lose weight.
Same.
So if I make an effort every day
like I'm sinking
towards that
already.
for 90 days, there's no way that I'm not going to lose weight. Does that make sense?
Okay.
So it's that's my 90-day challenge. That's basically the whole theory of the 75 hard, soft, medium, whatever you want to call it. It's if you drink a gallon of water every day, it's going to help you metabolize your food faster. It will make you feel fuller longer. Therefore, you'll be eating less, and it will help you in losing weight along with working out every day. Will help you losing weight. So
Only because
you get
people
me?
are getting their channels taken away for giving wrong medical information. This is just Vicky. Allegedly, I don't know.
Allegedly,
I'm not-
water
I'm-
helps you.
I'm kidding.
That's
I'm
not
kidding, I'm
alleged.
kidding. No,
Drink
no.
more water, please.
There's-
Not water-based things.
No, there's some of those
Water.
some of those like TikTok and social media health gurus. Some of their channels are getting taken down because they're giving like clearly like bad info, like just bad.
Yeah,
info.
no.
So
Water. I'm talking about
I
water.
was joking, but that is the thing for those who are following the social media news and
So
stuff.
that's the generic sense of 75 whatever.
So what are you calling it? You gotta give it a. Is it like
Okay,
90 squishy?
Ew. So because of the age I'm turning,
Okay, old.
definitely
So
not
old,
old.
90 older or something like that. Go ahead.
I'm not old. You're crazy. Speaking from someone who's like way older than me.
Way older. Shut up. We're in the same range.
No, we are not in the same range.
We're both
First of all, your age starts with a completely different number than mine's. We're not even in the same age group, bro.
Aren't we both xennials? Or you're a later. You're on
I'm
the
a
cusp,
millennial.
You're on the cusp of xennial.
You
and
are
millennial?
on the cusp of Gen Z.
No,
not
I'm-
Gen Z.
no,
Gen X and millennial.
No, and they call it, I think it's XENN. So it's, I think xennial, where we.
That's you. That's not me.
Late 70s, early 80s. We grew up in
That's not me.
in the Stone Age, and we also have the tech thing, and we're able to blend it. We've seen the two. Go ahead.
Yeah, I wasn't born in the early 80s.
We're in the same age range. Our age ranges are
You're
in
reaching.
the same bracket on some forms. Am I wrong? Am I
You're
wrong?
way wrong.
Yes, they are.
I can guarantee you, and no matter what Google search you use, I am a solid millennial, not
Okay,
a
okay.
zennial, not a whatever. I am a millennial.
If anybody can find a form that says age ranges 25 to whatever, 35 to 43, there's probably some out there. But I've seen someone that said 37 to 42. We're in the same, whatever. Continue. 90 squishy.
Anyways, so I was thinking like elevate to 38 to elevate,
Oh, okay.
something like that. I don't know.
Elevate. Okay. So all you 37-year-olds who are on the cusp of turning 38, you could elevate to 38.
But
I
only
like
if you
it.
have my birthday.
Huh?
Only if you have my birthday. Because the 90 days
Elevate
start
to 38
tomorrow.
on the 20.
right.
Go ahead, queen.
Ew. So yeah, so that's I still have to dwindle down the tanks. I realize now I think it's too much, and I might not stick to it. So it's really hard though. I don't know what the 5 should be.
I have a random. This has nothing to do with anything you're saying, and this is going to be an audio nerd comment for anyone listening. And I've said this in other podcasts. I always do my best. So I'm watching the screen right now of the audio levels of our mics on separate channels, and I always try to set our levels just right. We do a little sound check. I say, "Hey, Vicky, say count to 10," and I always forget to account for Vicky's Dominican voice. And the same way we have 32-bit float, I need some kind of tech company to come up with 32-bit Dominican float. For anyone listening that knows tech stuff and audio, you found it funny. But anyways, continue. But you're good. You can talk at your same level. 32-bit float is pretty much, no matter how much you scream. I feel like you can defy the rules of 32-bit float.
I think all Caribbean people can defy true Caribbean people.
Not like the ones who were born in America like yourself?
Not the ones that are not on the Caribbean islands.
Oh, shut up, man. Come on.
Thank you. You're on a completely different continent. You literally are not on the Caribbean islands.
I am on an entire island right now where we live.
You are on an island.
I am in that country right now.
Anyways.
Go ahead. We're in DR. Go ahead.
So, my 10, I don't actually remember them, and I left them in my car.
It's not 5?
Right now it's at 10.
It's still at 10. Give me 3. Give me a 3 one. Give me 3, but give me one that you think would make me say, "Wow, you're going to do that?"
No, they're all very basic.
Okay, go ahead. I mean, okay, it's your thing, so it should be.
It should actually be basic if they're daily habits. You shouldn't be trying to do the most in
basic
a daily
things,
habit.
Basic things to basic people. Go ahead.
I mean, you would know. You're basically
King
prototype
basic.
of basic.
You're right.
Yeah. So let me see. The first one.
Trying to fight? Nothing. Go ahead.
The first one, I would say follow a morning routine. My problem
is that
with
too broad?
I have a specific morning routine.
Okay.
So let me give you. Actually, this will explain.
Here we go.
My Amazon purchase.
The purchase that just came?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I've tried morning routines before. Oh, I see it now. Okay. So I've tried the morning routines before. And the thing is,
you're good. Just talk,
like I said, I've done too much. Oh, no, I stopped caring about that. I've done too much before. I've tried to do them before and they would work.
Mm-hmm. The morning routine stuff.
Yeah. Okay. So like, remember when I used to get up out of bed, come upstairs, I would do yoga and you would be walking all over me because where I was doing yoga was right in front of O'Day's room, but it was the only place I could do it. So he would literally step all over me as I'm trying to do yoga back and forth the entire time.
Do you mind if we talk about something? It's a little, I don't know if you'll be okay sharing, but I always appreciated and found interesting. I think one thing that held you back from some of your morning routines would be just getting up out of bed.
Yes, I hate it.
And you have tried some creative methods to get yourself
Yes, I have.
Up.
I have.
There's 2 that stand out to me.
The rolling alarm clock?
No.
I had a rolling alarm clock that I've always had a problem with getting out of bed. And I bought this rolling alarm clock where it would sound one time. Uh-huh. It was on some, I am telling you, it was basically my mom in a little robot. I am telling you, wake up now. And
I don't remember this.
And you could hit snooze. And the alarm clock would snooze. Mm-hmm. It would snooze 5 minutes.
You mean like physically rolling?
It would fit. You would put it on a dresser. You would hit snooze. I think the snooze was not sporadic, but what is it called when it can change?
It would alternate.
It was shuffle. It had like a shuffle version of the snooze. So if you hit snooze, it could snooze for 30 seconds or it could snooze for 5 minutes, but you didn't get to choose. It would decide for you. And then the thing would go from like a volume 5 to like a volume 50, and it would just roll. It would take off, roll off of your dresser wherever you had it, blaring, and it would spin and like roll and try to find somewhere to hide. And the only way to turn it off was if you got out of bed and tried to look for it. Mm-hmm. And it worked for a while, but then I realized I don't like to be woken up in a panic. It just starts my day off really bad. So I took it and I slammed it against the wall and it broke. But
can I share the 2 interesting ones that you had that I really liked? One was
please don't say the thing on the cell phone.
The thing on the cell phone?
Oh, okay, good.
Wait, what thing?
No.
No.
Just go ahead.
Let me know. I'll say if you
you can just cut it out.
We'll cut it out. So Vicky had 2 alarm get out of bed methods that I really found interesting, and I liked them. One was an alarm with a math element to it.
Oh, so my goodness. You know what? Low key, is that what helped me get into math?
So you couldn't turn it off until you solved like a math equation.
Problems.
So
yeah.
Vicky, so it would go off, regular, Vicky would jump. I would see Vicky jump out of bed, and she's in the corner of the bedroom like this.
doing math.
It wasn't just like 5 plus 5.
No.
It's 10. It was like my son's second grade math, like he's doing right now, Common Core type stuff. He's like,
and then it wasn't just one math problem. It was like 5.
It was a math quiz.
Back to back, yes.
So Vicky would take the Regents test just to wake up, right? Just to turn the alarm off. And then the second one was more of a...
I forgot about the math one.
The second one that I was like, okay, this is different. It was more of a, you would self-motivate yourself to wake up.
How?
Literally, you would motivate yourself. You had...
Wait, we might have to cut this one out.
No, it was just... I'll phrase it a certain way. You had a pre-recorded message to yourself.
Yeah, that's what I said. Is it the cell phone one?
So you had a pre-recorded message to yourself telling yourself why you shouldn't procrastinate and stay in bed.
I hated that one because I was so embarrassed. I would actually jump up to turn it off because I didn't want no day to hear it.
Do you mind if I kind of talk about it, but not? I won't get into details. So pretty much it was Vicky. The alarm would go off, and it wouldn't be a brr, brr, brr. It would be Vicky telling herself, "Vicky, I'm paraphrasing. Vicky, it is time to wake up." Picture me saying these things in Vicky.
People,
I need to call your language in Vicky-esque type speak. Vicky, wake up.
You know,
it's time
basically
to wake up.
what he's saying is sprinkle a bunch of F-bombs in between each word.
Oh my goodness, why are you still laying down? This is what you do. You need to not do this anymore.
You should really fly off the bed like, oh my goodness.
Yeah. And then when that didn't work, the recording was like, oh my goodness, get up. Why are you still laying in bed? You piece of get up out of bed. Look at that handsome man next to you.
That was definitely not in the message.
And then Vicky would like reach out the phone from the pre-recording and verbally slap herself to wake up. And I was like, oh my God. My question.
I have always had an issue waking up. It's not waking up. Let me clarify.
Go ahead. Getting out of bed.
It's getting out of bed because waking up I do naturally. I know people think I'm weird for this, but you know what? I think it's weirder that you got to use a machine to wake up, and that is the one thing you have done your entire life. So who's the weird one?
You know what I thought about the other day?
Wait, let me finish this.
Okay, my bad.
I know I studied... I think it's the ADHD in me. I studied my sleep. I purposely only bought a Fitbit just to track my sleep because I needed to know exactly how much hours of sleep do I need in order to feel refreshed. And that way I don't ever have to use an alarm because of all my experiences with alarms. And I realized if I get 6.5 hours of sleep, I naturally wake up. I'm up, like my eyes wide open. So it's not waking up that's the issue, is getting out of bed. That is the issue.
I was thinking the other day, I'm sure I've realized it before, but I haven't used an alarm in definitely over a year or more, and it's just 5 o'clock.
And even if it's
even if I come home from a gig at 2 a.m, 5 o'clock.
And even if when I was pregnant, it was 5 o'clock for me.
And my thing too is if I wake up,
if when we set Alexa alarms,
we're
up by the time she's up, and we're like, girl, be quiet.
If I wake up and the alarm, depending on how I feel, if I wake up, I'm like, okay, I feel a little bit too alert right now. It's like 4:53. I'm in my head. Alexa, what time is it? It tells me 4:53. I'm like, great, I'm up. But funny thing, going back to the last podcast this morning, woke up at 4:30, and I was like, oh, cool. Have my clothes ready to go for the laundromat. I'm gonna just lay here for a little bit, and then I'm gonna go to the laundromat at like 5:10, so I could be done by the time everybody wakes up. We went to a game last night. We got in. We didn't get in late, but we were outside.
Then you stayed up.
I stayed up for a little bit.
I was like, I'm going to bed.
I blinked. It was 6:45, and I ran to the laundromat real quick.
Mind you, running for no reason because there's no one there.
I wanted, but I just wanted to get it done.
Nobody is there. Nobody is there.
Anything else to know about? Did you give us all three things?
So one was follow a morning routine.
Okay. Do you know what it'll consist of yet?
Yes. So that's actually how we got here.
Yeah.
So because of the fact that my issue is getting out of bed, I figured, why don't I just bring the things that I want to do as a morning routine next to my bed?
Okay.
Enter the micro fridge.
Oh.
I don't want to call it a mini fridge because mini fridges, no.
Anybody got it? No.
Because the mini fridges are bigger, but I wanted a micro fridge because I have a ice roller for my face that I never use.
A what?
It's like it's like a massager for your face.
Why does it have to be iced? I'm genuinely asking.
The method is for coldness because then it firms your face. It reduces puffiness.
Okay.
So I've never used it because it's in the refrigerator in the kitchen.
In the what?
In the refrigerator.
Oh, but you said it.
I know I said it a little weird.
In the refrigerator.
Okay, sometimes my bilingual comes out, but it's always in the kitchen, and I'm just not. I'm not going to go get it in the kitchen. I don't care about my skin that much. I'm not that kind of girl. I want to be that kind of girl. I'm not that kind of girl. So I bought the portable mini fridge so that I have it next to the bed so that I can have some cucumber lemon water.
What? Fancy?
Not fancy. You loved it when I would put the infused water.
No, I like
and
infused
we would
water.
kill it. So why don't I already have my water already in there? That'll be part of my night routine to make sure that both things are in there.
Okay.
And then in the morning, I can roll my face, drink water.
Okay.
But I'm still in bed.
So then have you truly gotten up?
Yes, because now I'm being productive, but I'm still on the bed. Because my issue is not waking up. My issue is shifting my body, putting my feet on the floor, standing up and walking out of the room.
But you're
That's
staying
my
in the
issue.
but aren't you giving into that by staying physically in the bed?
No, I am meeting myself where I am, which is I don't get out of bed and then I just lay there, and already I'm starting to feel guilty about all the things I'm not doing. So instead, why don't I just still lay there, but be productive about it?
You know what? I feel like I'm saying that because my mindset, and I've shared this with you before.
And then once that cold touches your face, you're ready to go. Because I don't know anybody that just wants cold shit on their face in the morning.
Now, I'm not saying my preference is the right one, but I've always shared to you, oh, no, just get up. Because once you get up, you'll keep moving.
No, I go back to sleep.
That's why I'm like, don't you want to get up physically out the bed to encourage being out the bed?
But that's the thing. I have an issue doing just that. I can't just get up and go. Yeah. That's my issue.
But you get my concern, though, going off of that. Going off of that being the issue, but physically staying in the bed. You get my reasoning? Not saying I'm right, but you get where I'm coming from. Or my mindset of, oh, no, but now you're staying where you say it hasn't worked before.
Yeah, but because you're thinking about
just laying there.
Just laying there, and I'm saying
laying there,
I can
active.
still lay there and be productive.
Okay.
My issue is that I lay there and I don't do anything. So if I get started with my morning routine in that sense, which would be, do the cold roller thing on my face, which would make me feel like I'm being a girly girl and I'm taking care of my skin and I'm being productive in that way. I'm refreshing myself with the water. I'm going to feel better.
Okay.
And then after that, I'll just get up and then go to the bathroom, take a shower. Because now I'm in the space of I've just taken care of my skin. I feel refreshed with the water, blah, blah, blah.
You're putting yourself
blah.
in that right mindset.
Yes.
To
this
keep
is
going.
more for getting myself in the mindset to go get out of bed.
Where in that morning routine is make sure my man has his breakfast. Okay. Has his coffee.
We're working there.
Early
We're working
in the
there.
morning.
We're working. I said I wanted to be that girl.
Okay.
I want to be that girl. I'm not that girl.
But you can be. You can if you set your mind to it.
Well, that's the thing. I can't set my mind to it because I got ADHD and my mind is everywhere. I set my mind to everything. That's the problem. Why is no one hearing me?
Oh my God.
My brain is 546 tabs open all the time, and I'm present in each one every single moment. So no, I can't just set my mind to it because my mind is set to 545 other tabs.
Well, make that 546, but move it up.
It is at 546
priority or whatever. Anyways, give us one more of the items in the 90-day squishy.
Please, don't call it the 90-day squishy because that shit is gross.
Elevate to 38 on the 28th.
By the 28th.
By the 28th. Okay, mate.
Ew.
All right.
That ain't right. Hey, you're doing Kalel rhyming skills right now.
Yeah, he'll be like, Mommy, banana rhymes with banana.
Yeah. I'm like,
right?
What?
You're like, that's definitely the equivalent of, look what I can do. And then he does like the
But he does that too.
But look what I can do, Daddy.
So one is, yeah. One is a morning routine. Follow a more realistic morning routine.
So 3 altogether. So
one, because I need structure. I'm a structure girl. I need structure. Right. So one is follow a morning routine. Mm-hmm. The other is workout.
Okay.
Every day.
Okay. Here's my question.
Let me walk it back. Hold on. A workout 6 days a week.
At what time of day?
I didn't set a time.
Okay.
Because I can't. That's too much commitment for me right there.
Now, here's my question. Going off of you saying you do too much. I mean, this applies.
Because if I do it in the morning, I'm telling you right now, I'm never going to do it. That's why my morning routine has to be basic. No longer than 3 minutes. It has to be 3 minutes. That's it. Because any longer than that, it's just not going to happen. But if I know that I can complete my morning routine and feel like I accomplished that, I know that I can spare 3 minutes.
Okay, when it comes to working out, and if this applies to you all listening, let us know in the comments. Also, for engagement purposes, if you're interested in knowing what kind of ice box mini fridge Vicky purchased,
perhaps I'll have the courage one day. Yeah, perhaps I'll have the courage to actually start that podcast YouTube thing that I've been talking about for the years and show you.
When it comes to working out, are you going to come up with some stuff to do that fits you, fits your schedule, or hey, for working out purposes, I found this whole other thing that has its own challenge process. You know what I'm trying to say?
No, I'm gonna find something that works for me.
That works for you, works for you. Like that's what some people do that kind of slows down their overall elevation. Now you're adding in, you have your own process, but now you're adding in another thing that has a following, a process.
No, I'm doing my own thing.
Go ahead.
I'm doing my own thing because I can't stick to those programs. Mm-hmm. One, a lot of them are just unrealistic. You know, I don't have that much time. Not even if I had that much time, I'm not giving you that much time.
Yeah.
That's it. It's a 30-minute cap. Okay, I can't go from 0 to hero. It's just not gonna happen like that. So I need 30 minutes. I know that I can do 30 minutes.
I guess what I'm trying to say, and I agree. It's I guess I'm simplifying it for myself in my head. It's I'm going to do 75. I'm going to do 75 hard, and for the workout part, I'm going to do Tai Bo. It's like, whoa, that's two whole programs you're putting together that might be too much for you. Not saying.
Yeah. I already know what I'm going to do.
I just aged myself by saying Tai Bo, but go ahead.
You did, and I was like, ew.
I was trying to think of the Sean T one.
All the things.
What's the Sean T one?
Insanity.
That was filmed at Lehman College, my alma mater. Some of the stuff. We tried that.
Ghetto. It ain't gonna
Insanity's
happen.
Ghetto. Or people doing? Or wait, what? What do you mean?
It's terrible. It's terrible. It's a terrible program.
Okay.
You're dying the first 10 minutes. You're dying. The rest of the time, you're holding on to life and you're giving 5% the entire rest of the way. Now, I'm not saying that people can't do it. People can do it. I just think that you have to look like the people in the video in order to actually do it. Now, does that mean that even if I showed up halfway and still followed the program and only gave 50% the whole way, that I won't see a difference? Oh, no, you're going to definitely see a difference because Eva didn't. And she, looked completely different by the time she finished.
Okay.
I'm just saying I'm not someone... I need to go as hard as they do. And the minute I start to feel like I can't keep up, I'm out.
So basically, for those listening.
My aunt, though, she's like, I don't care. I'm going to show up as much as I could give, but I'm going to show up every day. She's that mentality, but I'm not. So it doesn't work for me.
For those who see those workout programs and you're like, yo, I could never do that. Basically, Vicky is saying, if Elba could do it, bruh, anybody can do it.
No, what I'm saying is if you're one of those people that does not get discouraged by knowing that you're not going as hard as the person on the video.
Or you look nothing like the people in the video, because if Elba, because she don't look nothing.
Oh my gosh.
She looked nothing like the...
Well, most people that do the video look nothing like the people in the video. And first of all, the people in the video were dying and they all had steel of abs of steel. I do that a lot. So
along with ADA, no.
Yes, it's a lot. So those programs don't work for me. There was this one girl in that Insanity video, and I low-key think that anybody that did Insanity did not like this lady. Yes.
I know you're talking. Yeah.
Yes.
I know.
The minute she came on camera, I just wanted to throw something at the camera and pull her out and fight her. I couldn't stand her. Right. She was so corny.
So morning routine, working out. What's the third? What's the third of So listen,
Oh,
10
here's
right now.
here's one that I discovered, which would also explain my other purchase. I sound like I have a problem, but I really don't. I don't.
I have a problem. But go ahead.
So, drinking a juice every day.
Oh, you know what? Dive more into this purchase for this. I would love for the people to hear more about this. Because I'm sure they're going to want to know, hey, how are you making your juices?
Okay.
What are you making your juices with, Vicky?
Okay. So.
A ninja?
No.
A
ninja's for like blenders and like food processors. But juicers,
if a ninja
no. Ninja's not even in the conversation.
If a ninja is the juicer of choice, Vicky is using a samurai.
I am. Because I accept nothing less. You're not about... Okay, let me explain to you why. Okay, so I had a Breville, and I'm going to put them on blast. A Breville.
Okay.
Breville.
Is that the juicer we have now?
No, that's the one I gave to Victor. Oh, damn. What if Victor watches this? It's all right. First of all, I gave it to you for free, so it's not like you paid for it.
She gave you the trash one, Victor.
No. It's not I gave you the trash one. I moved
the camera, my bad.
It's not that I gave you the trash one. It was, for me, I pitched it exactly what it was. If you've never juiced and you want to see if maybe juicing is for you, I would recommend this juicer because it's not la creme de la creme, but it is good enough if you're only going to juice here and there and you don't really care about juicing. Okay. So I've always been interested in juicing. I think it's a great... I don't think that being on a juice diet makes sense. I'm not a diet person, but...
For you, it doesn't make... Okay.
What?
No, I know some people who I juice. I live off of...
Yeah, to me, it doesn't make sense. I don't see how that's healthy at all. But I do think that having a juice is helpful. I actually don't...
A juice a day? Or
a juice a day. I think a juice a day is really helpful.
What's the juice a day? How much? What's the...
So I drink a 12 ounce.
Okay.
But I think like a glass a day, a glass of water is 8 ounces. 8 ounces is a cup of water. I do this a lot because I can do the measurements.
I measure them by a can of Coke, a bottle of Coke, a 2 liter of Coke, 12 ounce bottle of Coke, right?
I don't know. I don't drink Coke. That's my point. So I mainly drink water.
Okay.
And as healthy as water is for you, you're just not getting certain nutrients that you're getting in water.
But don't go too crazy with water, Gianna.
No, seriously. So I like juicing. Now, my issue is, like I said, I don't have time to be doing those activities every day. Like, it's the most beneficial time to drink a juice is any time. However, the best time to drink a juice is in the morning.
Okay.
As your first take of food or whatever. So what I started doing was that I was batch juicing, because if you juice, it's only good the first 36 hours, and then after that it starts to lose the nutrients of the whole point of juicing. So what I do is that I juice it. I measure all of them out. I put them in the jars, and then I freeze them. And then I take them out the night before. They melt down, and then I drink them. And then that way I still get all the benefits of juicing. What was happening was that with this Breville, it was leaving a lot of the juice behind. And every time I would throw out the pulp, I just saw my money going down the toilet. Like,
so speaking of money going down the toilet.
No, not speaking of money going down the toilet. This is an investment. And people that will know will be like, she did not lose money. She is making her money back. So I got a Nama juicer. Okay, and if you know anything about Nama juicers, you know that this is, what is the fanciest car out there?
Is this the Maybach of juicers, the Ferrari of juicers, the Lamborghini?
Not the Ferrari. Ferrari is kind of like the common man's luxury car.
Is this the Tesla of juicers? What? I don't know.
Tesla, no. I would say this is a luxury, top-notch luxury vehicle equivalent of a juicer. Like, this is the golden standard of juicers. Basically, it juices what you give it so good that you can basically take the pulp, put in some sugar and a little bit of water, and make a body scrub out of it from how dry it leaves everything behind. Meaning I got every single drop.
How much
meaning I got all my money. I'm not telling you.
How much did
because
it cost?
Nama juicers come in a variety of prices.
To the Googles.
You have Nama juicers that can go $800.
That's the minimum?
No, you have You have Nama juicer varieties that can go.
Nama
is NAMA.
NAMA juicer.
You don't have to even type juicer. It's the only.
Yeah, Google's like, we know what you mean.
So I got a Nama juicer.
So I'm seeing the Nama J2 cold pressed juicer.
I didn't get the J2.
That's okay. That was $550, and she did not get the J2. The one that Vicky got came with a farmer who goes into your backyard, cultivates your dirt and your ground, makes the farm for you.
I didn't get the J2 because it's too big.
Okay.
So I got the one right under it.
The one right under it, meaning the one before it?
No, the smaller version of the J2.
The smaller, so it's more compact. Usually,
yeah, it's a more compact
usually
version.
If it's smaller and it's a little more convenient, it probably costs more.
No, it doesn't.
Okay.
It doesn't cost more than the J2.
And the J2 looks like
I told you. It can be $800.
The C2 is $800.
Mm-hmm. But that's because it's a blender juicer. But I couldn't justify the purchase of a blender juicer because then that means that if I eliminate how much the blender is, I mean the juicer part is, which is he just said $550. That would mean that the blender is like $300. I can't justify buying a blender for $300. My Ninja blender, which is what they're good at, works perfectly fine.
But look at this masticating juicer machine. That's a 6.1 inch slow cold press for $100. Why couldn't we get that one? I'm sure it does the same thing. It looks just like the Nama C2.
They can all do the same thing, but they don't do it with at the same level. Just like, okay, perfect. You know what? This is a perfect example.
She's gonna try to talk tech and
I can get
okay.
I can get anybody to come and play music at a party. Everybody could hit play. Everybody can go on YouTube or Google or anyone can go to ChatGPT and tell it to give you a list of songs for you to play, and you can hire anybody to come and hit play to the list of songs that it provided. Or I can get someone who knows how to mix music and keep the party going and cater to the crowd and play the songs for the people. They know, they feel out the vibe. They're delivering an experience, right? Mm-hmm. So I can get something that can do what the other thing does, or I can get something that delivers on what I'm expecting it to do.
But
one is executing and the other one is delivering. Okay.
But here's the thing.
I'm here for the deliverance because the Breville was executing, but it was also shredding my money. No, thank you.
The Breville DJ keeps your audience entertained.
But I'm not here to get entertained. I'm here to feel the vibe.
The Breville DJ will play a nice mix of Aventura songs. The Nama DJ literally comes with Romeo Santos to the event, brings him.
And he brings Anthony Santos.
Yeah, literally.
And all the other bachateros and puts an album together and calls it Utopia. That's what happened.
And literally gets Anthony Santos to come.
You can either get Toby Love at your party.
Wow.
Or you can get Romeo Santos.
Toby Love is sitting there not bothering nobody. My man is like, yo, here's just random.
You can get Prince Royce or you can get Romeo Santos. I don't care how you want to do the math.
Why have you chosen violence against these bachateros?
Because they're just not, they're not.
These men did nothing to you.
They did.
Oh my goodness.
They tried to interfere with my moment of having Aventura as my
I thought you were going to say like
iconic music.
You could either be, what's that other group from New York?
Extreme.
No.
Bachata Heights.
But
I will say no comment on that.
Yo, I like Bachata Heights.
I'm not saying I don't.
Oh my!
I'm just saying I'm gonna withhold.
We just lost all of our Bachata Heights listeners.
Okay. Oh,
I know what you're
I said no comment.
Vicky meant to say, "Oh wow, we just lost 2 listeners." I
didn't say anything actually.
Growing up in New York.
But basically, people that understand, you guys understand. Like, what's an American, like, very American version of, like, here's the basic.
No, they get it. They get it.
Oh. Go ahead. You can get Britney Spears to come and sing you a song.
Watch your
right?
mouth.
She's an entertainer.
Okay, go ahead.
She's an entertainer.
I want to see where you're going with this.
Or you can get Christina Aguilera to come and sing. You can get Britney Spears. You can get Britney Spears to sing at your funeral, Whitney, right? Or you can get Christina Aguilera to come and sing at your funeral. Who are you going to ask to come?
I was going to say, what's the event?
Who are you going to ask to come? to come sing at your funeral. You're going away. Who are you gonna ask to come?
What song do I want sang?
It don't matter.
Yes,
It's
it
singing. Britney can't sing, guys. Come on. We know this. She's an entertainer. The girl does her thing. But it is literally saying, I'd rather Britney over a Mariah Carey or Christina Aguilera. Come on.
But if
Come on. This is not even a conversation.
But if
this is not a conversation.
If I want
We're talking
my
about vocals.
But if I want my funeral to feature a message of God doesn't make mistakes, so he did it again. He took one of his angels back with him. I want somebody to say, "Oh, baby,
but I'm not
baby.
saying that. I'm saying, who do you
Oops,
want to
God
sing?
did it again.
If Whitney
Meaning he did something.
I'm gonna
good.
ask you right now. If Whitney was alive and she had the option of Britney or Christina, who is she gonna pick? Whitney Houston. If she had to pick Britney or Christina to sing at her going away, who is she gonna pick?
Whitney gonna sing.
She's gonna
herself.
pick. No, if she knew, if she could plan her funeral, who would she have picked? Whitney or Christina? That's all I'm asking. Whitney Houston. Who would Whitney Houston have picked over Britney or Christina? I know.
I'm sure
the one that actually sang at her funeral, Christina. Okay, this is the conversation. We're talking about a Breville. We're talking about $100 juicer, or we're talking about the gold standard.
But who's still
actually, and more to the fact, just to show you that I did my homework on this, there was a girl who took the highest rated affordable juicer. That was like $120 maybe.
Am I sweating?
No, she took the highest rated affordable cold pressed juicer on Amazon. It was like $120, which is a decent price.
Okay.
And she tested it against a Nama juicer, and even in that, the results spoke for themselves.
The blades are made of diamond, conflict diamonds.
And what I'm saying is that for my juicer, for the way that I want to use my juicer, for what I want to get out of my juicer, I don't want to see the pulp coming out wet. I am going to get the one that's going to give me my money back. So I don't have to buy 5 apples. I could buy 3, and it's going to juice more than the Breville will juice at 5. Okay. That's my point. So these are justified purchases. These are investments.
Whatever you want to tell yourself.
These are investments. I have never heard anyone with a Nama juicer complain about their Nama juicer other than the price.
Vicky, I wish you all the best on your 90-day squishy, a.k.a. your Elevate to 38 before the 28. I was trying to think of another rhyme. Clearly, I'm not a rapper. You're optimistic about it? Mm-hmm. Because that sounded optimistic. You're optimistic about it working?
I still have to figure out.
Okay. All right. We will keep you all informed because you start tomorrow, right? Can we agree to start or end every episode with a 90-day squishy update?
No, if you stop calling it 90-day squishy,
I'm really
uncomfortable with that.
I will not.
I'm not comfortable with that.
If it's not soft, it's not hard, it's squishy.
But I never.
Okay, Elevate 38 made.
No, it's just my 90-day challenge. It's okay to just call it a 90-day challenge.
Okay, tomatoes.
No.
Can we agree for an update every episode?
How often are we doing these episodes?
We're gonna do it. Well, it depends. I don't know. But for every episode that it fits, time-wise, in the timeline, whatever, can you give an update?
Sure.
Okay. Even if the update is,
I didn't
listen, y'all.
That's fine.
It was a 1-day Elevate.
No, but the juicing thing
which I don't think it
works out for me because I got it down to a science. I know exactly how to get enough juices for the week, and I just got to make them in one shot.
All right. So thank you, everyone, for tuning into this episode. Damn, what do we name this episode now? I think can we name it Elevate, Great, Bait, Concentrate?
You're really trying.
Thank you for tuning into this episode of the You, Me, We podcast.